Good evening. Welcome to English language class. This evening we'll be looking at continuous writing. And as you all know, English examination paper is divided into three parts. We have the continuous writing, which is the first paper. Then we have the paper two, which centers on objective, where the use of grammar is strictly tested. Then we also have the paper three, which center basically on oral English. So this evening our interest is on continuous writing. And this continuous writing happened to be the first examination paper in respect to WAEC, NECO, GC, and its equivalents. So we're looking at letter writing. Letter writing is the process of communicating one's view, one's thought, one's conception, one idea, one's belief to another person or to another fellow. And communication is very sequential in our society. So it simply means that communication is the same, letter writing is the same as communication. However, we have types of letter writing. Basically, there are two types of letter writing, so which include informal letter and formal letter. Although we also have what we call semi-formal letter, which is also known to people. Then to begin with the informal letter. The informal letter is a type of letter that the writer writes to people that he or she is related to, and this include one's parents, brothers, sisters, including friends, particularly where the writer resides. Then there are two styles of writing this letter. We have what we call the block form, and we also have what we call the slant form. The block form is aligned in nature, that it has to be written in a straight line or in a perfect straight line. And that is why we usually advise candidates who want to make use of the block form in an exam to use a pencil to draw a perfect straight line. Thereafter, he or she will raise it off. So this is keen to construct a block form of address. Then we also have the slant form. The slant form of address, as the name implies, it is slanted in its nature. So it is not logically arranged or straight like the block form. And that's why we usually advise candidates to make use of the slant form, the block form rather, to make use of the block form of address, so that this will enable them to construct a perfect address in exam. Then we'll also have what we call the open address and closed address. When we talk of the open address, this style of address is adapted by candidates who find it turning to punctuate address correctly. So in respect of this, it is advised for such candidate to employ the open address. Then at the end of the address, he or she will apply full stop. Then immediately after that, he or she will also move to date. And in writing date or in dating our address, the th of that particular date must sit down, must be on equal line with the date. Then thereafter month, the month. The month must not be written in number. And it's very easy to do. The first line takes comma, then followed by the second line, then the third line, then the fourth line, Then maybe the fifth line indicating the state where the writer is writing from. Then it takes full stop, then the date. Very simple. Then writer must also bear in mind that if he or she is writing to somebody who lives in other country, particularly maybe outside the country of residence, maybe the writer is writing in Nigeria and is writing to somebody in Ghana. So immediately after the state where the writer is writing from in Nigeria, he or she have to indicate the country, the name of the country, which is Nigeria, before the date. So it is very essential that writers or candidates must bear this in mind. And that's why the English exam paper is very simple. Simple in the sense that to every English question, there is instruction that is accompanied with it. So it's just for candidate to understand the instruction within the question. And this simply means that if the question says that he or she should write a letter to a friend who lives outside Nigeria, then it means that the candidate ought to include the name of the country he or she is writing from. So it's very sequential. Then the next feature of informal letter is what we call the salutation. So salutation is very important. But we are going to discuss this in our next meeting, which is Monday. So we'll be looking at salutation, then the body of the letter, which is the content. Then we'll also talk about the complementary closure. So we'll be looking at this in our next class. Do we have any question, please? If there's no question, then we have come to the end of the class. So in our next meeting, we'll continue from where we stopped today. Thank you.